Clarkson here with you for my creative scrapbook, doing a process video with the June limited edition kit, which features 49 markets in the garden collection or from the garden collection, and as well as flowers from 49 Market and Little Birdie and a stencil from Little Birdie. You'll also get a cut file and a sketch. There's just so much to play with in this kit. But I'm going to scrap this photograph of my niece, Karen, and this is in front of her house, and they have a water feature, creek type thing that goes across the front of their house that you have to step over it, you know, kind of on like a little bridge. And they did family photos there in front of the house one year. So I wanted to use this one. I'm really leaning toward using this striped paper that I've oohed and awed over. And so you've heard me talk about that. I do have some elements that from the ephemera pack that will probably go behind the photo. So I've pulled those out, and then I've pulled out some florals. I think I'm just going to make a design kind of across the page with shrubs over here, and then pots of flowers over here. And I'd kind of like to use this apron, so I'll probably put it along the side like that. And then there are some different word phrases I've kind of brought in. So I could alternatively also use, I believe I have another lattice piece that I could put there, but I did want to kind of use the yellow apron because of the flowers over there. My second idea was in using this paper right here, and that would also make a nice base, and actually things would pop really well because of the creamy beige background, and you know, look really nice. There is a little bit of yellow in this background. There's a little bit of blue too, but not very much. And so I had thought about bringing this in to inset inside and making that kind of be the work surface, and then just heavily distress the edges of that, something like that. But I think that I'm either going to go with this or this. And then as far as mixed media, I probably won't do much, if anything. If so, I will probably just use the stencil. I've hidden it for myself here. And use some inks instead of modeling paste or gesso. And then maybe even just do it after the fact and come in. This small stencil lends itself to actually applying some of your modeling paste or inks, you know, after the fact. So that's one thing I like about that. So I wish I could take a poll and you guys vote on which one to use. I really like them both. I like that this has a border around, so I don't really need to do anything to create a border. But I'm so in love with this blue paper, and she is wearing a blue dress. I don't want to mix the two, I don't think. I mean, that was another thing that went through my head. I could, because there is little faint bits of blue around the edge, so that's an option. Or alternatively, I could maybe cut this in half and use it across the center of the blue paper like that. That would be another idea. So other than that, yeah, other than the background paper, which is of primary importance, right? I think I know which. I think we're probably not going to use those unless they go up the lattice. But I'm going to have a pot of blue flowers, and then a pot of yellow flowers, and a pot of, I guess, the purple one. And then I had kind of thought that I might just use these little cone flowers down here at the bottom because they're so pretty. But that's kind of where I'm going. Oh, I also wanted to bring in this wicker chair, so that would probably go on that side. And oh yes, I was going to do pink. I think I was going to do these little pink flowers in one of the buckets. So that would be where I'm going with pots of pink. And I might just assemble my pots and then make a decision. But I really like the blue. It looks so nice with her dress. And I really like this one as well. I don't think I can go wrong. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and turn off the camera or the microphone and then get going on whatever speaks to me here in just a few moments. All right, I'm back now, and as you can see, I decided to go with the cream paper with the green border, and I am layering on another sheet of paper. It's that pretty collage paper. The back side of that is kind of a cream dot, polka dot, and I use that to map my photo, but I'm bringing that up a little bit towards the top because I want to use that large ephemera piece that says memories that grow like wildflowers. That was going to be my title until later on in the composition I decided to go with a little smaller ephemera piece that says hello, and I think that would be a better title. I do cover up quite a bit, and there you sorry, you can see that I've already put corrugated cardboard behind my photo, but I do come in later and do a little bit more. But there I'm just playing around with some bits of ephemera to see how I want things to go. I really want to use that long floral bit that you see because it has some yellow in it, and so I thought that would be really pretty, and it kind of goes with the whole theme of the page. And then I'm using a frame, not as a frame, but just as an element to be part of my composition. And also it kind of braces and holds that little tag that I'm going to put over on the right. I play around a bit with where to put that and just exactly where to place it. I think anywhere would be fine. And then I've got my T-square out, so I can go ahead and mount my photo. And this is when I decide that I want to elevate it just a little bit more because I know that I'm going to be bringing in some things to tuck in along the side. And I want to be sure I have plenty of height for everything that I've got going around my photo. So there I'm bringing in those two different kinds of lattice structures, if you will. One is a true lattice piece and on the left, and then the other one I think is supposed to be more representative of a door, like of a shed or something. But anyway, it makes a nice piece to be a balance for all my elements. And there you saw me coming in with a marker just to make a little nail, my pretend nail for my pretend apron that I'm wearing while I work in the garden. But I'm glad I'm finally getting an opportunity to use that cute little element because I thought it was just really cute and went with the whole theme of the collection. And then I'm bringing back in my pots and my shrubs. Off camera, I did film my pots like I said I was going to do. And I actually adhered each little laser bit with washi tape. That way I didn't have to worry about wet glue as I added additional elements. The same thing kind of would have held true even if I'd used tape runner or something like that. So washi tape was really the way to go to get all those little flowers in my pots, at least for me. If I had laid things upside down and been able to put everything in that way, that would have worked fine, but washi tape did the trick for me, and there I'm just showing you what I did. Then I found one extra little piece of cone flower that I decided to put in my pot, and they don't have any stems on it, so I just went ahead and used some tiny foam squares and added those in. And there is that cute little hello piece that's my new title. I thought that was really cute, and it's perfect for a photograph taken at someone's front door. I think I've already mentioned there's like a little water feature that goes across that you have to step over before you come to the front door, and so it also makes for a nice photo op. So there I'm bringing in that little footstool, and I decided to use it under the larger pot and the one, more to the left. And so I'm fussing around with that one, and I do come in and add another piece of foam, not foam, but corrugated cardboard, which gives me 3 layers on this one. And that's because my photograph has 2 layers, and I wanted to be sure and get those photos up off of my photograph. And so I'm going to hold it for just a moment because the weight of the laser cut pieces are not really heavy, but they're, significant. So I wanted to be sure my pot was good and secure. And then I'm bringing in that cute little hello, and I'm going to use a skinny piece of foam tape to mount that and just put it right there on one of the flower pots. And then it's time to come over and start working on the left. And I'm bringing in some greenery that was from the laser cuts, and I'll be bringing in a couple of florals here in just a moment. And on my shrubs, originally I had both of them to the left, but I decided to put them more right and left to be a little bit more formal, because this is kind of a formal, dramatic entryway, and so I decided that that would be a better way to go. And then I'm going to use some foam tape on my wicker chair, and I'm glad to get the chance to use it. And I'm going to make it straight up and down, although at an angle would have been cute too, but my shrubs are straight up and down and my other pots are straight up and down, so that's what I decided to do. And then I'm just bringing some grounding to that as well. And here I'm bringing in my last little pot, terracotta pot anyway, and I want to add some corrugated cardboard to that one as well to get it up above the shrub, kind of. So there is just a little second piece on that one. And I really like how all this came together. I got to use a bunch of laser cuts and fill up my little flower pots, so I got to do some paper gardening anyway. And then I'm bringing over my bumblebees. I had 3 bumblebees left, and then also I'm bringing over a couple of small flowers, so I have something growing up there amongst that vine that I've got on the trellis. And I do have 2 small pink flowers that I want to use, and I do have to kind of look around for my second floral. But I bend them up just a little bit to give them some dimension, and then I just kind of tuck them in there, and so it looks more realistic that there is some kind of blooming vine going up there. And then I'm auditioning that little blue teapot with the flowers in it. It's so cute, and I thought it would go well with my niece's dress. But I'm playing around also with that little galvanized bucket of greenery. And that one I'm not going to use, but I am going to use the blue one. I thought that would just bring some more blue into the composition and, coordinate with her dress. And then I decided to go ahead and place it in the wicker chair, even though you wouldn't normally place a bucket of flowers probably on the cushion of a wicker chair, but or rattan, whatever it is. There I am playing with my bumblebees and getting them secure. That one is a T91, and I've got one going the other direction that's going to go the other way, and I play around with where to put that one a little bit as well. I want to go ahead and mention while I'm thinking about it that there are details below in the description box about how to order a kit and how to become a Kit Club subscriber. That way you don't miss anything. Also, off camera, I think the only thing I add is that I splatter some white paint, and I use my little paint dauber to daub some paint here and there. And there I'm trying to use that three-dimensional butterfly, but I just wasn't happy with how it was looking. And so I brought in one of the three-dimensional florals that's kind of a pinky purple, and I'm happier with that. And then I decided, since I'm already going with some dimensional flowers, why don't I bring some into the bottom? But first I have to add that last little bumblebee, and I'm trying that butterfly one last time, and I'm still against it. It would have gone really well on the blue striped paper if I had gone that way. And there I'm just showing you that I am splattering paint. So here's my finished project and some close-ups. Thank you so much for coming by. Please like and subscribe. I appreciate all your support, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.